When I was 18 years old, I worked on a dam in Wenatchee, Washington. It was called Rocket Reach Dam. We kept shutting down for cold weather. So I went down and joined the Navy with no intentions of staying in the Navy whatsoever. And after about a year and a half in the Navy, I ended up going to submarines. And when I was on the USS Sterlet, I made up my mind I was going to make the Navy a career. Yeah, I was very blessed by 20 years in the Navy. I went to several schools. I served on 5 different submarines. I served on 2 different repair ships, one being the USS Vulcan, which was an AR, and I was on a submarine tender, which was the Sperry. I taught school for 3 years in Great Lakes, Illinois. I was a senior enlisted advisor to an admiral for 3 years, which is probably the best job I ever had. Submarine life is very demanding. A lot of people don't. I relate it to driving a truck. The habitability is not real good. The 2 things you have that are really good, you have really good food, and the thing that meant the most to me is the people I served with were really good people. They realized they had a job to do and they did it right. And that's what made submarine life what it was. The whole experience in the Navy is this way. Like, everybody was from civilian life and they went through boot camp with me, so that they were experiencing the same thing. When I went through submarine school, everybody there was new there. They didn't know what they were getting, so it was a learning experience. And I went aboard my first submarine. I had to qualify. About 20% of the crew in that submarine was not qualified. So I went through my qualification programs. But I guess the thing is what you are suffering from, everybody else is suffering from, the good and the bad. And that's what makes the submarine service what it is. I've been in some really bad fires. I've been scared to death. I tell people that 95% of submarines is sheer boredom, the other 5% is sheer terror. And I was on a Menhaden, we were snorkeling, we had what is called a crankcase explosion and a diesel engine. It filled that submarine instantly, full of black smoke. One guy, I remember his name was Roland, was on fire. He was screaming, and that was 5 minutes of sheer terror. And then we got on the surface and ventilated. They took care of Roland's, and that's a sea story. It was a very demanding life, but you know what? It wasn't only demanding for you, everybody there was going through the same thing that you went through. In the last submarine I was on, we would go to sea for 84 days at a time, and that's very demanding. People change their personalities, the food's a problem. At the end of that 84 days, you're very happy it's all over with, and you've just about depleted most of your supplies, such as food, toilet paper, etc. One of the things that's important, that I have been out of the Navy since 1979, I do not go a week without talking to one of my old shipmates, and that means a lot to me.